Mike, for those people who may not know us, you and I are the past two president and CEOs of Catholic United. My name's Harold Borman, and
Mike McGovern.
we wanted to get together and talk a little bit about the upcoming vote on the merger and how it might impact the organization. The time that we spent, you and I, with the organization was a time of change, and change was necessary. And I think that the situation that confronts us today with being and having an opportunity to merge with another organization whose roots are Catholic and deeply embedded in faith is just too good of an opportunity to pass up.
I would agree. I think that the trend that's going on right now in our industry is far, far better because it strengthens the industry and it strengthens our organizations. Also, it's critical in our history that we remain a strong Catholic-based organization.
Sure.
And as far as I look at what's going on with us and probably with a few other fraternals about our size, that this is the wave of the future. It's going to make us stronger. We'll probably be involved in more faith-based activities than we are already. And we'll strengthen our fraternal base, which is really what made us unique back in the 1860s and 70s when we started.
Well, and I think if we look at what we're doing, it looks and feels like just the next step.
Economy of scale is critical to our survival. And the things that you just mentioned, and probably many more to come, do give us a future that will only strengthen us financially as we grow in our membership and the activities that we're so critically involved in.
It's not that we're giving up anything, it's that we're part of something bigger.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it. It makes the most sense. I see our members only benefiting from a merger like this.
Luckily, and I mean this, luckily, the philosophy of the organization we're merging with just dovetails with ours so nicely in terms of giving back, giving to members, giving to parishes, giving to schools. Heck, we each have bishops as spiritual advisors to our board. So it just tells you how strong that faith connection has been and how strong it's going to continue to be.
Yes, that's a good point.
So another thing I think as we look to the future, I always like to think that we look to the future, but we're informed by our past. As we look to the future, we could find ourselves as part of a much larger organization. And as a larger organization, we'll be able to do things we simply couldn't do on our own.
Really, the basis, as you mentioned, back in the 1800s, and even stronger today, is those parish units. And the more support that we can give them, the more involvement they have, the more impact we have on society and on our members and on doing good. It's nothing but a benefit to all of us.
I'd also, I guess, like to take just a second and think about the courage that our board of directors had in even considering something like this. I think it's easy to look inwards. I think it's easy to see what you're doing and be proud of it and say, let's keep it going. I think it's more difficult and it takes more courage to say, how else can we look at ourselves? What are the possibilities out there? What are the things we might be able to do? The Catholic United brand, the name, is not going to disappear. It'll continue to exist. It'll continue to thrive. And if you're a member of Catholic United today, you'll be a member of Catholic United a year from now and 5 years from now. The name, the values associated with that, the identity, that's going to continue. And I think that's a really important stone that was able to be attained by the folks that worked out the negotiations, is keeping that identity. They realize that there's great value in that. And so to continue the name and continue the identity, I think is a huge part of what makes this such an attractive proposition.
Oh, yes, I would agree completely.
And, I think another thing that's really worth remembering is that the joint venture, Conventus Now, that we started with Catholic Financial Life 5 years ago, that really gave me an opportunity to get to know all their senior people, members of the board, members of executive staff. You know a lot of those guys as well. And it was easy. It sounds hard to really when you think about it. It was easy to have this joint venture come to fruition because they were such an easy group of people to work with. Same values, same result we were looking for. And just as we cared about their members, they cared about our members. And that's kind of the root of what makes these things successful.
Yes, so much so. I know you won't be able to attend the convention this year because of the previous commitment. However, I'm looking forward to being there, and I'm excited about what's going to be happening while we're there. And I see this as another step into the future of a great organization that's been around over 140 years, and longer than that even, that we'll be able to pretty much ensure that it'll be around into the future and doing the great fraternal things that need to be done for our members and for our church and for society in general.
It'll be a great next step, that's for sure.
Yes, it sure will be. Thank you.